Think about the last time you sat in silence for 5 full minutes, not listening to music, not scrolling, just sitting there with your thoughts. You probably can't even remember when that last happened. And honestly, that should scare you a little bit, because your brain right now is not the same brain you had 5 years ago. Your phone has been quietly changing it, and you never gave it permission. This isn't about screen time warnings or put your phone down lectures. This is about something way deeper happening inside your actual neurons. Your ability to focus, to feel joy, to be bored, all of it is being restructured. And the wildest part, you are completely unaware while it happens.
You pick up your phone just to check one thing. 20 minutes later, you don't even know how you got to where you are. You sit down to do something important and you last maybe 3 minutes. Then this invisible pull just drags you back to the screen. You tell yourself you're lazy or maybe you just lack discipline. But trust me, this isn't about willpower at all. Something biological is happening to you, and it started long before today. You feel restless when you're not stimulated every few seconds. Reading a long article feels almost painful now, doesn't it? Waiting in line without your phone feels like actual torture. And here's what's crazy. You used to be able to do all of these things easily. What changed isn't your character, it's your brain's wiring. And once you understand the exact mechanism behind it, everything makes sense. I'm going to show you what's happening inside your head right now. And honestly, once you see it, you cannot unsee it. If you've ever felt like your brain just isn't what it used to be, stay right here. Thoughtcraft exists to show you the hidden psychology behind your everyday life. Hit subscribe right now because what's coming next is going to hit hard. Your brain runs on a chemical called dopamine. Most people think dopamine is about pleasure, but that's not quite right. Dopamine is actually about the anticipation of a reward. It fires before you get the good thing, not after. That buzz you feel right before you open a notification, that's dopamine every single time. And your phone has figured out exactly how to trigger this on a loop. Every notification, every swipe, every refresh is a tiny dopamine hit. Your brain starts craving that stimulation the same way it craves food. This is where it gets really interesting. The engineers who designed these apps, they knew exactly what they were doing. Variable reward schedules are the most addictive pattern known to psychology. It's the same thing that makes gambling so hard to walk away from. Sometimes you scroll and find something amazing. Sometimes you scroll and find nothing at all. That unpredictability is what hooks your brain completely. Your mind keeps searching because the next thing might be the great thing. And so you never stop because stopping feels like missing out.
Here's the part most people don't notice about themselves. When your brain gets constant microstimulation all day long, it adapts. It raises its baseline. It expects that level of input just to feel normal. So when you try to do something that isn't instantly rewarding, like studying or writing or even having a real conversation, your brain flags it as boring almost immediately. Not because you're lazy, because your threshold for stimulation has shifted dramatically. Real life cannot compete with the engineered excitement of a social media feed. A sunset is beautiful, but it doesn't update every 3 seconds. Your friend's story is interesting, but it doesn't have infinite scroll. So your brain, which has been trained for rapid reward, gets bored with reality. And that is genuinely terrifying when you think about it. You sit down to work and within seconds you feel a strange discomfort. Not pain, just this low-level restlessness, this itch to check something. That feeling is withdrawal. Your dopamine system is asking, almost begging for its next hit. And the easiest way to quiet it is right there in your pocket. So you reach for the phone just for a second, and the cycle starts all over again. But here's what this is actually costing you, and this part is real. Your attention span has physically shortened. Studies show the average human attention span has dropped significantly in the last decade. We are now below goldfish levels, and I wish I was joking about that. Deep thinking, the kind that creates ideas, solves problems, builds things. That requires long, sustained, focused attention. And you are losing that ability a little bit every single day. And here's where it gets really interesting. It's not just focus that's changing, your emotional life is shifting too. When people are bored now, they don't sit with it and let creativity come through. They immediately reach for stimulation. But boredom is actually where your best thinking happens. It's where your brain makes unexpected connections. It's where you figure out what you actually want out of your life. When you never let yourself be bored, you're cutting off a vital mental process. Your inner world gets quieter and quieter until you can barely hear it at all. Relationships are changing too, and this one hits different. Half presence is becoming the new normal, and nobody is calling it out. You're physically sitting with someone, but mentally somewhere else entirely. Your eyes are on them, but your mind is still on the feed. And over time, people around you feel it, even if they can't name it.
Connection requires full presence, and your phone is stealing that from you. Now here's the good news, and I want you to actually hear this. Your brain is neuroplastic, which means it can change back. The same way it got rewired toward distraction, it can be rewired toward focus. But it takes understanding the enemy before you can fight it. The first thing to do is create what psychologists call friction. Make the apps harder to access. Delete them off your home screen. Turn off every single notification that doesn't absolutely need to be on. Your brain reaches for the phone because it's easy. Make it harder, and the impulse weakens naturally over time. The second thing is to practice something called boredom tolerance. Sit with nothing for 5 minutes and don't touch your phone. It will feel uncomfortable, almost unbearable the first few times. That discomfort is your brain recalibrating to normal stimulation levels. Do that every day and your baseline starts to shift back. But here's the part most people skip entirely. You have to replace the void with something that gives you real reward. A walk, a conversation, a book, a creative project. Anything that takes time. Real dopamine from real achievements is far more powerful than scroll dopamine. And once you taste that again, the phone loses some of its grip on you. Here's what I want you to really sit with after this video ends. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not lazy. You have been placed inside one of the most sophisticated behavioral systems ever built. Thousands of the smartest engineers on Earth worked to make this addictive, and you've been navigating that alone, without anyone explaining what was happening. But now you know. Now you can see the invisible pull for exactly what it is, and knowledge is the first real step toward getting your mind back. Your attention is the most valuable thing you own in this world. Protect it like your life depends on it, because honestly, your life kind of does. If this video made you see something in yourself you didn't see before, that's what ThoughtCraft is here for, every single time. Subscribe right now because your mind deserves to understand itself. Drop a comment below and tell me, when was the last time you sat in silence? I promise you, that answer will tell you everything about where you are right now.